What's up, you guys? Today is another video for August 27th, 2018, and today I want to talk about all the all the sports shows going on saying that they're concerned about the Cowboys and all this other shit. Listen, Skip and Shannon, Chris and what's the other dude's name that hugs on LeBron's nuts all the time? I forgot his name. Nick Wright. You know, obviously these sports talk shows, they love to talk about the Cowboys because it generates the most views because the Cowboys are the richest and most popular team in the NFL. They like to blow things out of proportion. And when it comes to preseason, I made a video almost a month ago. It was like August 6th, stating that I don't give a shit about preseason. It doesn't show anything other than, that Cooper Rush and Mike White are absolute trash. But the preseason, it doesn't mean anything. All it is just a platform for people who want to make the 52-man roster. That's it. I think the preseason should be abolished. I think training camp should be the main platform to where people need to compete for a roster spot, not a fucking preseason game. I think the preseason should be abolished. I think it should go. But when you got people like Shannon Sharp and Mark Schlereth saying bullshit like the Cowboys should be very concerned, they got blown out yesterday, 8 turnovers and all this other shit. Listen, the Browns went 4-0 last season in the preseason, and they didn't win a single game in the regular season. Back in 2008, the Detroit Lions went 4-0 in the preseason. You can look this up. They went 4-0 in the preseason and went 0-16. The preseason doesn't mean jack shit. When I had my fellow Cowboy fans, and I hate the Eagles more than any other team, but when Cowboy fans and everybody else was making fun of them because they lost to the Browns and shit the other night, I'm like, dude, it's the fucking preseason, man. Give it a rest. It doesn't matter. If it was a regular season game, I guarantee you the Eagles would have blown the brakes off of them. So we have to stop being, we are so caught up in the moment. We tell ourselves this every season, but it doesn't stick. It's like in the beginning of a season. Don't be so quick to crown the team that starts off 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. Never do that. But we always do that because we're caught up in the moment. Never get so caught up in preseason football when a team doesn't win a preseason game or doesn't do well in the preseason. Come on. Stop being caught up in the moment. Understand that this is meaningless bullshit. It doesn't mean jack shit. It doesn't mean a damn thing. And even the starters, when they play in the preseason, they're not giving it their all. They're not giving it their all. So the preseason, I think the preseason should go. I mean, if you want to go this route, just extend the regular season. Push it to 20 games if you want to. Push it to 20 damn games. Even though I think 20 is a little too much, but I'm just saying, if you're going to do something, if you want to add those 4 preseason games on, you want to get rid of them, add those 4 to the regular season. But I do think 20 is a bit much. That's a little too taxing. But yeah, people get caught up in these sports talk shows. They don't have anything to talk about. So when the Cowboys aren't doing so hot, they're going to blow this up out of proportion. Shannon Sharp knows that the fucking preseason doesn't mean jack shit. He's on television saying, oh, when we were playing, Skip, I'm telling you, we were playing, this will be we would need to get out there. We would need to do this. You don't need to do shit. Preseason doesn't mean a damn thing. Doesn't mean jack shit. You don't need your starters out there. Because what if we put Zeke out there? He'd get hurt. What if we keep Dak out there and he'd get hurt? Look at Zach Martin. He already hurt his knee. Hopefully he'll be ready for week 1. He says he will, but who knows? Preseason is a bunch of crap. Get rid of it. Scrap it. And just because a team isn't doing so hot in the preseason doesn't mean that they're going to be this trash team in the regular season. Trust me. Because the preseason champs usually go on to be out of the playoffs or just barely making the playoffs during the regular season. So just don't be worried about all these talking heads, these sports pundits. Don't worry about them. They're full of shit. They're just speaking for ratings and all that other Nonsensical bullshit. The only thing I can take away from this preseason is that we don't have a backup QB. That is the only thing I can take from this. But the thing is, training camp should have been enough to show you that we didn't have a backup QB. Training camp should be more than enough. I mean, because if Jason Garrett is a buffoon, but even he can see that Dak Prescott is clearly the best QB on this roster, and there's no way that barring injury, there's no way Cooper Rush or Mike White are going to see the field. No fucking way. Even a buffoon coach can see that. All right, you guys. Peace.